Okay, we're going to start you on the final of the Wudang Dim-Mak foundation forms. This one is particularly nice. It's not as long as the other ones, but as it's the final one, it really gives you a lot of Qigong to work on. And it gives you what's called, obviously, the power of the mountain. Now, a mountain, the idea of the mountain is a huge base, like a pyramid, you know, and then it goes up to a peak. Obviously, that's the power of the mountain. The meridians it works upon are the final meridians of triple heater, gall bladder, and liver. So we're working upon the gall bladder as a whole body, obviously. We're working upon the liver, which is the lower part of the body, and the triple heater, which is the upper part of the body. It gives you what we're all trying to strive for in our Tai Chi and the Bhagavad and everything, our Qigong, is inner stillness, because the mountain is just, it doesn't move, it just sits there. It moves, however, when a volcano comes up and it explodes at the top. So that's what this form gives you. It gives you this stillness within, so you have a very solid base. There are lots of those movements in it to give you that solid base. But also, it gives you the power of being able to take that stillness that you're generating and explode it in Fajing out the top of the mountain like a volcano exploding out. So you'll get movements like, and then back to being very still again. It has some very potent Qigongs, as I mentioned earlier, gathering Qigongs. The first one we do it 7 times, which is the yin side of the human phase of things, and we finish with the yang side of the human phase of things, which is 8 times. It's a very powerful Qigong. If you find some funny things happening to you during this, it doesn't matter. If you find some emotional disturbances coming up, so if you're a total nutcase, leave the room. I have had people leave the room when I said that, don't worry. We had a guy at a camp once. Lovely bloke. You could not find a nice bloke. When he was on his medication, went off his medication, my God, he came to there with knives all over him. I had to go and have a word to him like this. Now listen. So it's the only person, I was told 3 people to leave camps, but he was the only person that I had to told to leave because the other people were in danger. This, I don't know how I got under that. Anyway, okay. I'll also talk about this form as we go to it in the various Qigongs. There are a number of different Qigongs in this, and they're all to do with gathering energy down low into your dantian and then releasing it, either for, if you're an acupuncturist, or a masseur, tuina, or anything to do with your hands. That will also, it's not going to hit people with it, you're going to release that built up still energy through your hands and into the body that you're working upon. It gives you that ability. It also gives you the ability, of course, to take that inner stillness that you're building up in the base here and explode it out for the self-defense arts. And again, all of the methods that we do, the self-defense methods that we're doing during this form are fighting methods, but we shouldn't think of them as that. We should think of them as subconscious training methods. So you're not going to say, oh, someone's going to throw a punch here, I'm going to attack down there to the groin like that each time. It's giving you a whole, as I said earlier, they're utility methods. So from that method you've got a myriad of different methods that you can use. So you shouldn't think of them, well, I'll show you martial applications. You shouldn't then go and sort of train in them or anything, just do the form. That's the beauty of the integral arts. You just have movement to do and you learn everything. Along with, of course, the obvious physical, good, hard clobber with your partners. You have to do that physical clobber, like your good, solid, real push hands methods, and your pouchery and all the other 2-person methods that we do. And that teaches you about real self-defense, in other words, reflex self-defense, rather than learning a bunch of techniques forever, going up and down a hall and expecting that to come to the fore when you're really attacked. It never does, because they're unnatural movements. That's what this form is teaching. I'm sure there's a lot more to say about this form, but I'll come to the fore as we start. As I said before, we start with the closing move of the previous form. What was that? The valley, I think, yeah. We start in the same way. We have, I'll start this way. Right foot forward, so we'll make this the north, just for the sake of having some direction. Right foot is forward. The valley form started like that, and then we went down to that move. Yeah, we don't do that move. We start somewhat the same. The only difference is, okay, I'll just do this Qigong. I'll start a little bit of direction for the training, but I'll just space the camera so we can get. The weight is again on the sweet spot on your left foot, just forward of your heel. Tongue's up on the hard palate. Natural breathing. When you breathe out during the Qigong, you put your tongue down on the lower palate and breathe out with your nose as well. This time it's in and out the nose. So from here, your hands are just hanging like this. Now the circles are going to get smaller and smaller. You do it 7 times until in the end, you have the 5, 6, 7 times. You can hardly see that there's any movement there. So it starts big. Bring your weight forward. See how I'm turning my body to the left? You should already be starting to feel, you may not now because I've been doing Qigong for 30 or 40 years, so I'm feeling something straight away. Now, it's very difficult for me to explain to you what the legs are doing here because you can't really see it. I'm not just going like that. Nothing's happening now, I can't feel anything. It's like as if the weight is changing to the heel of my right foot, and then it's coming around through to the ball of my right foot, and then back down to the sweet spot of the left foot. It's exactly the same as when we open the Taiji form. No, it's in a circle. So this is where Yang Chan has taken his movement from. And if I were on a slippery form, or ice, this is what would happen. That would happen. So that's the force, sort of force you've got to have, pushing your knees out in this opening Qigong. See that? I'm pushing out. But I'm pushing out crossways to my right heel. Then the weight, as my hands are coming out, and they're starting to come down, then the weight comes forward onto the ball of my right foot, and then back down through the ball of the left foot, and down into the left heel each time. As you exhale, putting the tongue down on the lower palate, and you exhale. I'll just do this. See how the body turns to the left, so I'm actually turning to where my feet are turning.